I've watched the videos on the servers, and there were some videos that were labeled ghosts, and there are some crazy anomalies on camera that you can't explain. If I had those still, I'd show them to you, but they've since been deleted in a catastrophic server failure.
In our camera system picks up things based on motion, and so we had surveillance video of something on the underground track where it kind of curves around from the west going back to the east.
And so these cameras are motion activated, right? So in the dark, if there's motion, then they have infrared light sensors on them. So if there's motion, they start recording.
It didn't look like a person, it was just this big floating orb or something, but it was like kind of long, and it was weird. Like there was actually a lady running. She ran around the curve, and then after she was gone out of sight, plain as day, you could see this big like floating orb that was moving. So it wasn't just like a light on a certain spot of the camera. Another instance was the cameras turn on and start recording when motion starts.
On this camera, you see kind of like a white orb with a tail just kind of float lazily through the camera and then just disappear.
And so there was a whole bunch of these little, I guess orbs are the only way I can describe them, but they moved from one side of the room, basically moved into the wall on the other side of the weight room.
And people argue, oh, that's dust. It's not dust. You see dust in those same videos, but those were not dust.
When I watched it, the hair stood up on the back of my neck. It was, I have no explanation as to what it was, but that's my scary story.
I heard another story about a custodian who was down in a room kind of over by the wrestling room, changing some filters, and the door slammed shut. And he couldn't get it open. He couldn't open it with his key. He couldn't open it by slamming it with his body weight. He actually had to break a hole in the door and reach out and open the doorknob from the outside. And if you walk by that door, you see a metal plate on it, and it's still there. One of the stories that I heard is that this weight room down here at the bottom of the stairs, one day, just in the middle of the day, they were down there cleaning, and as they were walking out, a guy walked in. And when they went in there to tell the guy to leave, there was nobody there. Oh, actually, you know, the school resource officer that was here before me told me that he was working in the summertime, and he could hear like what sounded like the band down the hallway. And he got up to go and see what the band was doing here, and he never could find anybody. But he heard people playing music, and he just never could find anybody.
Did he know what music it was, like orchestra or just jazz band?
He just said it sounded like the band was in the band room playing.